Hi, my name is Andrea Perella. I'm just here to talk to you a little bit about my experience working with Dr. Kim and Dr. Mario. I've known Kim since we were in 7th grade, and the fun story I like to tell is she found me on the playground looking exactly like she does on her first day in a new school. She didn't know anybody. I had already been there for a year but didn't talk to a soul and knew nobody. And for some reason she just came running over to me and tackled me in this big fur coat that she had on and gave me a big hug and said, "Hi, I'm Kim." And then the next day she decided we were best friends, and it kind of went on like that. And you can't really say no. I was like, okay, I guess we are. And that's how it went for us for a while until we lost touch for many, many years. And she and I reconnected about 3 years ago. She gave me a phone call and she invited me to a seminar similar to this. She actually spoke with me about how our relationship was dysfunctional and the things and the experiences she had had with me. And I just felt that I did want to be there to support her. It wasn't like, I think you're great, you were so awesome in my life, and I really want to continue this friendship. It was kind of like, hey, you kind of stunk. Why don't you take a look at yourself? Or I think she was inviting me to do that. I didn't know at the time, and would you come and hear? So I went, and it wasn't reluctantly, and it wasn't a mistake that she called me. I needed it. I had very recently, around the time of that phone call, gone through a divorce. I had a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 6-month-old, and my husband left for another woman. I was depressed. I was on 2 kinds of antidepressants. I was on Levoxyl. I was really, really skinny. I had all kinds of things going on in my life, and I had no idea that I wasn't doing great. I really thought I was doing great, and geez, poor Kim. So I went for her, signed up for the course, didn't go. And finally, we connected a few times through dinner. Long story short, I went. And Kim would talk to me about her process and what she was going to be doing and everything. We'd run and we'd chat at dinners, and just I could feel myself getting excited about the possibilities that my life could be different. And it wasn't easy. There was a lot of tough love. There was a lot of frustration with me and my resistance to really wanting to see why I was holding myself back. So I jumped on board with Kim and her programs. I've attended more than one, mostly all of the programs that she has compiled and put together. I'll continue to do that. Some of this is a review for me, but you can never hear it enough. And over the past 6 months, I haven't really been doing a lot of this work. And it really made me see, like she said about taking a shower, I can't just think that, oh, I've showered off now and I'm clean and I can take a break, because I can't. And the last 6 months have been extremely challenging. And sitting here, I'm thinking, geez, well, that makes sense. I've been off board. You know, we've been talking when I see her intermittently and on our runs, but not really fully delving into continued self-discovery. So one thing that's really become apparent for me this weekend is that I'm not going to be done. And I thought after 2.5 years I was done and good, and now I can just go do my life. It's never done. And Laurie has been a part of that process as well. You just have to keep going. So to enroll in something like this, it's a no-brainer. I would say basically my experience has been this mastermind experience. Kim and Mari have coached me privately in their home. I've attended courses. I've been on calls. I've experienced all of this. And I do see a huge change. And the most recent change that I experienced, and it may not seem hugely profound to you, but it was amazing. And it just happened this morning. My ex-husband, I couldn't really speak to him, and I kind of went into this victim mode after the divorce that, can you believe this? He left me, and I had 3 small kids, and oh yeah, for this younger woman, and everybody felt so bad. I could sign up for soccer late, I could have my kids late for school, I could get away with anything because, he left me, and I have these 3 small kids, and, so it was kind of great. I got all kinds of help and support by being a victim, and I enjoyed that, and Kim will talk a little bit about how there was a big payoff. There was a payoff, I got all support, but then there was a loss for me because I wasn't really seen as somebody who was reliable. I was selling out on myself. All kinds of tough lessons. Really hard to look at yourself and who you're being and what was going on. I played this role of, oh, and then everything's okay. I can be with my ex-husband and I can be with his girlfriend and be all nice. And it's fine, come to our house for the party, come to our house for communion. None of this has affected me, and of course it had. I was medicated. And I was just going along this way until my coaching with Kim You know, my ex-husband got engaged, and my children left this morning to go to the wedding, and I was able to, and I am able to, speak with him in a very loving way, and I have connected with his, just over the past 6 months, I sat down with his fiance, who will now be his wife, and I told her, I want to be seen. I want to be a part of this. It really stinks what happened, but you know, I created that happening, and I want to be in my kid's life, and I don't want it to be separate from me. I want us all together. And I sent him a very nice message. I had them over at my house the other night, and I packed my kid's bag, and I sent them off to their father's wedding. And that would not have happened. And during the process of me evolving into this, when I would go off to a seminar for the weekend, my kids would be angry with me. And they would say, you know, why are you going? Why are you going? What's wrong with you? You know, why do you keep having to fix yourself? You're leaving us for another weekend. And this kept going on, and that was the vibration that they were getting from me. And then I sat there on their beds this morning, and I had this around my neck, and I was dressed up, and they were like, are you going with Kim again? Are you going to go do one of those things? And I was like, yep, I'm going with Kim again. They're like, great. They actually came here last night, and they dropped off Marin, and they were giving me hugs, and I love you, and now this is all accepted. But I'm seeing it as I'm listening again to this again. It's not the first time I've heard it, but I'm hearing something different. They're accepting me because I'm accepting myself. And it's okay that I'm doing this, guys, because I'm doing it for you, and you're going to reap the benefits as well. And that's just one thing, one small thing, and that's a huge thing, and it happened this morning, which is why I'm telling the story. It's in every area of my life. There has been, I don't look the same, I don't talk the same, I don't walk the same, I don't have the same friendships. My friends have gone through this program 2 or 3 times as well. I have one friend, we were completely dysfunctional and love each other so much. And she went through this program with Kim, and we can talk now, like really talk, and nobody gets away with anything in this friendship. And it's a friendship, you know, when I'm talking about our passions and I want people in my life, she's coming with me, you know, and only because she's also worked with Kim. So it trickles down into your relationships, into your life, and I can't tell you enough. So if anybody has any questions for me, like I said, there's a lot more than those stories, but I would be up here for a really long time. And
no medications, off medications.
Oh, right, and then the medications, I'm not on the medications anymore. That happened within, Kim just said to me, you can do better than that. What do you mean you can do better than that? She's like, you can do better than that, just stop. And we stopped, and even the Levoxyl for my thyroid. I have hypothyroidism, or I guess, I don't even know, because I don't take it anymore, so maybe I do. And it's kind of like she said, you know, you don't need that, and it's all...
It was a little more of an evaluation than that, so that's
not...
Right.
There was some doctor stuff too, but... So anyway, I'm free of all that. I think that, you know, basically sums up what's happened for me. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask.